Just getting my chat up. Hello. Welcome everyone! I hope you're having a wonderful day! Let me pause the music before it goes on for too much longer. There we go. There we go. Welcome everyone! I hope you're having yourself a wonderful, great, fantastic time, my dudes! So I had to start a little bit late today. We're only going for about 2 hours. I honestly didn't know if Persona was going to be ready for today. I had to install it a little bit late. Welcome, go. Let's switch over so we're not wasting too much time here. Persona 3! I have never played a Persona game in my entire life, so I figured might as well. Not only was it requested by Chaos in the past, but also quite a few games were requested of me. So I figured, you know what? We have too many games. Let's like set it up. I did a poll on YouTube. Everyone voted. There you go. Here it is. Even though it was last minute, y'all really came through. Oh really? Yeah, I genuinely have never played a single Persona, but everyone's recommended it to me. So let's go, my dude. Let's play it. New game. Norm. We're gonna go with normal just because I literally first time playing this. I never played a Persona game at all. Let me change my chat box over here to where it normally is supposed to sit. When I Boop. Bam. Hopefully that didn't make you dizzy. Chat moving you around all crazy willy-nilly and stuff. Yeah, let's do it. So what is the point of Persona? I really don't know this first freaking thing about Persona, like, at all. I know everyone likes Joker from Smash Bros. That's all I know about Persona. And not much else. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic day as well. Let's see here. You kind of prefer the puppy. I get that. Honestly, I only really I have this stuff up here, like the alert box and stuff up there. Oh no, I have the sound alerts. Oh, I did move it. Then I don't know. Maybe I should leave it there. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it there. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. What's going on? What freaking? Is it frozen? It's stuck. Let me reboot it. Okay, didn't mean to open paint. Let me reboot it. Hold on. Are you sure progress will be lost? Alright, weird. Oh yeah, let me restart it. Okay. What you mean? I'm not a sticky monkey. Alright. You really have to highlight that. Alright. Alright, switching back. There we go. Waited until I switched over to the other screen, too, huh? Alright, there we go. Supports online network features? Yeah, go for it. Atlas. That's a cool logo, though, I'm not gonna lie. P Studio. P Studio. It's better than that one. Atlas is better than... Oh, did I skip this? Did I miss this? Oh, let's check this out real quick. Oh, I did? I did skip this. Oh, is that the freaking MP3 player? That's awesome. I've been meaning to get a little, like, music player like that. Am I gonna get, I don't think I'm gonna get taken out for this music, right? I don't think so, right? YouTube, you gonna be chill about this, right? Right, YouTube? I do mess with a lot of MP. What was that? Was that a coffin? She turned into a coffin? How violent do Persona games get? I genuinely know nothing. I'm really going into this blind. My eyes? Yeah, they are Naruto's. What do you mean? Or they're Ozomatlis. Right? The spinny eyes. It's an Uzumaki. Okay, we go from a lady, like, blasting herself in the back of the head to a puppy. I love it. Okay. Oh, bro, the moon turned into an eye, then the eye bled. That was crazy. Alright, what the frick is with the android? Alright, I've been missing out a lot, I feel like. Alright, Chaos told me I didn't need to play 1 and 2 to understand this one. So if I am lost as all get out, it's Chaos's fault. That's probably why it froze, because we didn't play the intro. Alright, let's see if it goes through. If it doesn't, I'll just freaking reinstall the whole thing, and we're just gonna play something else in the meantime. Why does this keep slanting down? I hate that. Stop doing that. Yes, Uzumaki is Japanese for spiral. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't know why. I just wanted to. I just like the eyeballs. There was a bunch of choices of eyeballs, and I picked this one. Okay, this is obviously broken. I don't know what's going on with this. You know what? Good point. Screw it. If today's gonna turn into a reaction stream, it's going to. Any recommendations? Let me change. Let me just change everything in the meantime. Let me switch over to just chatting. I do not mind going for a little bit longer too, just so we can get like at least a good 2 hours of gameplay. All right, just chatting. And do I mean Sharingan? No, I do not mean Sharingan. I told him, hey, hello, Mr. Gamer. Persona 3 is like broken from Xbox Game Pass, so we're just gonna do some reaction content. I'll switch it back after the fact. Yeah, Uncle Duckle probably broke it. It's probably your fault. I'm joking. All right, let's bring this up. Hold on, 1 sec while I switch. All right. Close. Are you sure you want to close Persona? You may save your progress. Oh yeah, the blank screen. Be real ashamed if I lose all that. Close, please. Oh, now it doesn't want to shut down. Persona said no. No, you live with me forever. Come on. I literally can't close it. Screw it. I literally can't close it. Go away. Oh, there we go. Oh, now it's downloading something? What is it, an update? Ready to start. Also downloading. Okay, whatever. Freaking Game Pass. Whatever. Let's react. I did hear about Rooster Teeth shutting down. Saw headlines. Let's see. This is actually totally fine because I wanted to get more reaction content anyways. But I want to check out this chick's whole situation too. But real quick, yeah, I want to see about that whole Rooster Teeth situation. I saw some headlines. Who made a video on it? Was it Charlie Penguin Zero? I think it was. Let's check it out. I want to know because Rooster Teeth, I actually used to watch a whole lot of. Goodbye. Look at that top video, of course. Hero High made a video. The Quartering made a video. Best Friends Today. Cloudfish TVs. Seems like they're celebrating. Yeah, everyone's making a clip on it. Oh, thank you. Burton Show returned for the 5th and 6th time just to get banned again? Yeah, of course he did. Alright, let's check out this video by Penguin Zero.
Today I've got the black shirt on for this funeral service for
it's
one
a funeral
of YouTube's
service.
First major content teams, Rooster Teeth. After 21 years, Warner Bros. Discovery has announced that it's shutting down Rooster Teeth. Now, they're not getting outright euthanized and going to the Shadow Realm or anything because there are certain Rooster Teeth projects that will
like
persist
PlayStation,
past
I'll be honest,
this,
but I am a bit of a Sony
by and
pony.
large, Rooster Teeth, as you've known them, will
and my
cease
background
to operate
was
in the capacity that it has been.
Was
With this closure, about 150 full-time employees will be laid off, with additional contractors and content creators taking a huge hit as well. Wishing the employees the best moving forward. I hope they find work elsewhere. Just a pretty sad set of circumstances all around, because I know a lot of people, myself included, have very fond memories of this brand. Rooster Teeth was one of the pillars of internet content creation for gaming for a long time. With
Zoe
series
Williams.
like Red
Zoe
vs.
Williams
Blue,
on
which
Twitter
were these
is
incredible
the artist
machinimas that
who
really
made that
kind
for
of
us. My dude,
changed the
that
space
background
for a
and is
while
making
and had an
currently our emotes.
unbelievable influence online. I still remember
so get excited for that. Everyone's gonna have one free sub
still drinking milk
emote,
and having
then
nightmares
one free
about
emote, and then
cursive
the other ones are gonna be like if
going into GameStop and seeing a Red vs. Blue DVD for sale there. And I couldn't believe it. My fucking mind exploded out of my ears because I knew it from the internet. And at the time, the internet...
Yeah, he's not wrong. Red vs. Blue was absolutely one of the very earliest things that, like, transcended going from, like, the internet to being, like, an actual physical item. And, like, didn't Bernie Burns and, like, Gus, they made that happen. Like, they had to, like, sell those DVD copies by hand. They would have to show up at GameStop and like, collect their checks and stuff. It was a whole thing. They had to go through a lot, dude.
That to me was still this mysterious dimension where, you know, Timmy Turner floats around in the cyberspace on an email. But now I was seeing this piece of internet content I was familiar with.
Honestly, I feel like as the years go by, Mr. Gamer saying, like, with Matt Pat quitting, everyone, all the other OGs and Rooster Teeth now, like, let's be honest, Rooster Teeth, it's been a lot. It's like, unfortunately, it's been a long time coming. They've been running into, like, back-to-back controversies. They really sort of kept getting purchased by company after company, and, like, you know, like, I'm not saying there's anything bad about it, but it definitely had, like, that company vibe. It's kind of like what happened to Smosh when Smosh got bought, you know? So it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, what else can you do? Hey, Elbus! Like, what else can you do? These companies, these corporations, like, all the actual genuine people that were initially there and that sort of made the content kind of went their own separate way, you know? It's kind of like, what do you expect? Like, look at Ray Narvaez Jr., Brown Man. He's on Twitch now. People barely remember him as a Rooster Teeth guy now. And he, you know, he makes his own content now. He's separated away from them. Michael Jones, Gavin Free, like, they all make their own content, their own stuff too. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's just a natural way of things. They just like with like, Rooster Teeth is what VTuber agencies is for VTubers, you know, where it's like YouTubers go to Rooster Teeth and these content corporations to make content, make good content, get big, you know, hang out with other cool people, and then eventually, bam, you split off into your own, your own butterfly wings and fly like a moth. That's what I said. Yeah. It was wrapped up in many controversies. We saw their eventual downfall. Yeah, no, it was meant to happen eventually.
Corporeal dimension,
So it's
and I
kind of
thought it
like
was the coolest shit ever.
it's just a good
and
time.
It still is extremely impressive what they were
I don't
able
know
to
why
do,
specifically
and
everyone's
so
close together.
Achievement Hunter.
Maybe it is a little bit of like a domino effect thing where it's kind of like, we're planning on shutting it down in 2024, and it just happened to be that all these companies are shutting down in 2024.
Another absolute colossal success in the gaming space online. Rooster Teeth was just the gold standard for gaming-related content.
Funny story: student loans called me while recording a video, and I had to say no. I'm like, is that gonna be in the video, dude? Cut that bit out, bro. They're gonna freaking find your channel and be like, No, Anna Dance. Do I still have access to my old avatar? I do, my dude. I keep a copy of all of my old avatars just in case. This is technically what model. This is technically model 5.0, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I think I'm on 5.0 at this point. If I I count even the smallest modifications, honestly. So, but I'll probably eventually do a quote unquote 2.0 model. This I don't know. I don't even know what it would be called at this point. Probably when I actually debut.
Long. Absolutely crushing it, and it is pretty tragic to see how this story played out for Rooster Teeth in the
Ryan Haywood, Adam Colvin. Yeah, Ryan Haywood was the biggest disappointment, so to speak, for me.
Leaving
honestly,
mangled corpses in their wake, where they're just fucking frying everything they own, and it looks like
especially
Rooster
after
Teeth
finding out how long it'd been going on for.
Acme in their dumpster out back, but. Unlike Coyote
I will.
Acme,
I have a plan already for Halloween.
I think a lot of people
using my old. Not a lot of you will remember, but my old model had a particular, let's say, skin, and I called it Manga Demon. And I kind of want to see if I could turn that old skin into a full-fledged model to use, and I might do it for Halloween or something. I'm looking into it. But I've had certain ideas. I didn't know if I was going to do it for Halloween, but I figured I'd do it for something.
Friendly fire out the wazoo. It seems like they're operating under the assumption of, if we own nothing, surely we can't continue to lose money. But them axing Rooster Teeth and putting them in the Warner Bros. Cemetery, burying them out back, isn't that the craziest part?
Is that at this point it's Warner Brothers that owns them.
5 or so
Think
years,
about that.
Rooster Teeth has
Warner
been
Brothers
really
owns
treading water. They've been struggling, and they've got no water wingies to help them.
Oh yeah, this year's been insane, and it's just barely the beginning. It's gonna happen.
Their views had stagnated and
Shiny
often
monkey?
would decline.
No, what did I say? Did I say shiny?
They were an absolute juggernaut in the scene. So starting in 2021, they were averaging between
monkey?
8 to 10 million views.
I'm gonna make a shiny banana as one of the subscriber badges. What?
Views a month, whereas in their heyday, in their prime, they were pulling in tens of millions
Rage
of
Quit
views
was
per
freaking
month
phenomenal.
and tens of thousands of subscribers per month. There's a lot of factors that contributed to this decline, the main ones being just an overall loss of interest from a large chunk of their audience that just went to other channels elsewhere. There's also a ton of controversies that Rooster Teeth kept finding themselves in that they were never able to fully recover from, and a lot of their biggest talent kept leaving them to just go independent and make their own.
Yeah, because eventually the big, and again, a lot of the controversies pushed away a lot of their talent too. So it wasn't just people. It wasn't just like a controversy would happen and then people would leave. It'd be like a controversy would happen, someone like Mika Burton would leave, and all the people that liked Mika Burton would leave as well. And I was a big fan of Mika Burton. I am. And then there's Ray Narvaez Jr. Then there's probably the people that liked Ryan, they probably had no more interest in it after they found out he was kind of a douche. It's like, so there was like all kinds of stuff happening at the same time. A lot of people in the company, outside the company, and the audience would sort of like leave it all together. And it's like, it's just natural to happen. It's a content, like what do you call it? Content group. Like, yeah, you're gonna have, just like with Funhouse, just like with OTK, just like with Hololive, VShojo, Niji Sanji, like in any content group, you're gonna have people that like their specific members that they like, and then if those members are gone, they're not gonna like them. So it's like, Rooster Teeth, as they started to leave little by little, no duh, they were just sort of like bleeding, hemorrhaging views, so to speak. So it was bound to happen.
Shows and productions. So all of this overtime.
I know what you said. It was a skin. Yeah, it's a skin.
Has just led to the current state of Rooster Teeth. It's not flourishing, and
Fell
it's
off harder than
definitely
Machinima. Bro,
not
Machinima,
profitable.
though.
With 150 full-time employees and contractors
Yeah,
and content creators,
the year started off with the
Yandere
Dev
Madam Web.
apology.
So
what a great way to
it's
start
not
up the year, bro. That should have told
Warner
us. That should have
decision
informed
to
us.
ultimately just put it to rest.
How many pedals
Like,
have been caught since?
Other choices. I guess they could take the 150 full-time employees and just transition them to being door-to-door asbestos sales reps. You'd probably find more money in that than what they were currently finding with the Rooster Teeth brand, which is just sad to see it get to this point. But like I mentioned, it's not the end of everything Rooster Teeth related. They do plan on continuing the Roost podcast network for some time here while they evaluate outside interest in acquiring it. There's also a movie that's being worked on between Warner Bros. And Rooster Teeth that they plan on releasing. Though I'd take that with a huge fucking grain of salt right now because Warner Bros. Has become infamous for just destroying movies that are pretty much done.
Yeah, didn't Warner Brothers just, like, literally report the Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner movie as, like, a tax loss? The movie was done. Like, fully done and ready to go. And Warner Brothers was like, nah, don't release it. No, it's a tax write-off now. So there's somewhere exists a Roadrunner Coyote, Wile E. Coyote movie, fully finished and ready to go, that we're never going to be able to get to see. Don't shush me. He's working for them.
Tax write-off,
and we're just never going to see it.
Batgirl and now Coyote vs. Acme.
So there's no way
so there's a good chance that this one they just
out.
wipe their ass with at the finish line per usual.
What I'm scared, first of all, Red versus Blue, let's be honest, that needs to just finish. That show's been going on for 21 years. Ruby, I kind of fell off at season 5. And most people tend to agree with me. Genlock, I never really got into. I needed to watch that one, I'll be honest. I just didn't get into it.
Are also currently exploring options for Rooster Teeth's content catalog and some of their IP like Red vs. Blue.
Never got into Ruby or the other projects. I just
so while there is still some Rooster Teeth related content that will survive Judgment Day here, it is still the end of the road for
Jack's
Rooster
annual
Teeth itself overall.
Charity
the
events
manager
too.
of Rooster Teeth, Jordan Levin, made a statement, and I'm going to read this section.
What do you mean? You're hanging out with me right now, Mr. Gamer?
I'm
here every night.
You've heard me give my perspective and updates.
Just because I'm on the
media and entertainment during each of our monthly.
Just because I'm right here and you're over there, don't mean.
Ownership and control of Rooster Teeth from AT&T following its acquisition of Time Warner. Warner Bros. Discovery continued its investment in our company, content, and community.
Now, hold on. Top 5 favorite anime? Like, I'll give you like right off the bat my super mainstream list. Right, like I'd really have to sit down because first of all, I have terrible memory, so I'm not gonna be able to remember all the amazing anime that I watch. But like just right off the bat, the ones that I have like on lockdown, mainstreamed, like Cowboy Bebop would be one at the top. Just put it at the tippy top because why not? So Cowboy Bebop. I don't want to say this because I'd have to rewatch it, but as a child, I used to watch Yu Yu Hakusho nonstop, but it was only on on Adult Swim. And I could never watch it and I never could watch it in a row or like directly in a row. I'd have to like wait till late night, and then sometimes I wouldn't stay awake that late, so I'd be watching it in bits and pieces. So Yu Yu Hakusho was probably one of my favorite fighting animes. The finger gun, the laser. Anyway, so I don't know if I'd add that to the list. I probably have to rewatch it as an adult and just see if I really like it. But that's definitely a childhood memory. That's a core memory right there. All right, but there you go. No distractions. I'm trying to like mentally put this together. So Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, My Hero Academia. I don't know how it's ending so far, but at least the first 4 seasons, top tier for me. I will never, and I don't care. I like anti-hero Deku. Though I admit that it's not like the greatest anime ever. Still, it's pretty though. It's alright. But that one might have recency bias. Hold on, I'm thinking. Demon Slayer's probably up there for me too. Demon Slayer, honestly, 100% is up there. It just won me over, and ReZero. I'd say that's my top 5. Like, just mainstream that I can think of right now. But a lot of that's probably due to recency bias. I might change my mind on some of those. But Samurai Champloo for sure is up there. Cowboy Bebop for sure is up there. I would for sure put Demon Slayer up there. That just season 1 by itself is like, and the movie. Season 1 with the movie is just god tier.
However, it's with a heavy heart I announced
Seven
that
Deadly
Rooster
Sins
Teeth
is awesome.
is shutting down due to challenges
Definitely agree
facing
with that
digital
one.
media resulting
If
from
they would have
fundamental
given a
shifts
little
in
bit more
consumer
love to the
behavior
animation
and
quality, I
monetization
probably would have put
across
it up there
platforms,
for real.
advertising, and patronage.
But there are just some
Now, there's a
scenes
lot
where you
more to
could really
statement
tell
here,
you
but this
not
is the only
care.
titty I'm going to suckle on from it. I think this part of the statement is
If it
the
wasn't
most
for
telling
Escanor,
about the
I don't know.
challenges that they were
He's like
facing,
71%
and
of the reason why I
challenges
watched that
that
anime.
anyone from the outside could also see them facing.
Now, oddly enough, I didn't put Ruby up there. I'd probably say Ruby was my #1 anime for a while, though. But I'll be honest with you, there comes a certain point where it just like, I don't know, it just every episode. There's a certain point in those, like, in the somewhere between the second, maybe third season, where not a lot happens or not enough happens, and it just feels like they're lagging it. It was more like a setup
behavior
season.
was changing,
And they kind of lost
viewers choosing different things over Rooster Teeth and just having a lot more competition in the space. They were no longer like,
I feel like they could have condensed like 2
place for
seasons into one.
gaming
Is what I'm trying to
videos.
say here.
As the entire digital landscape started to shift, Rooster Teeth kept falling to the wayside, and people were just choosing competitors over them, so they were hemorrhaging their audience, and overall just found it difficult to adapt in the new environment. And then the monetization and advertising changes they make mention of.
I'm sorry, I just gotta get this point across because we're on the topic. Ruby, season 1, season 1 of Ruby should have been the entire school arc, and season 2 should have been the entire break-in arc. The whole the invasion arc. You know what I mean? Like that should have I don't that was it felt like there was too much setup.
Of there, I believe the biggest things that affected Rooster Teeth was YouTube's change in how much money is generated by shorter content. For a while, it didn't really matter how long a video was. What dictated the amount of money it earned was basically just views. But then the focus shifted to longer form content with the addition of mid-roll ads, which starting at 8 minutes, you can start putting in ad breaks. And this led to a lot of
which is true. I don't have ad breaks because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers yet
to reach that 8-minute mark. Rooster Teeth's
my hope is to eventually keep hitting YouTube for ad money.
Usually sub 8 minutes. Their heaviest hitters
that way I never have to charge my audience, and I can just keep charging
like
the companies.
Animated Adventures, Red vs. Blue, Rage Quit. Aside from a couple of Rage Quit videos,
any of the spin-offs of 7 Deadly Sins,
most of their big successful ones were
I don't think I
have,
honestly.
Usually between the 1 to 4 minute
Starter Kit would be
for
Bucky.
A lot of these. And I just feel like they took a massive financial hit with that because the content they were producing wasn't
your list sounds pretty dope. I haven't watched Bucky though. I gotta get on that.
There's no way they were seeing a return off the ad revenue.
I've never voice acted anime. I haven't voice acted anything major like that, honestly.
Upper echelon of doubloons that you'd make from a YouTube video. So I just think that as they invested more money into these big projects, without increasing the runtime of a lot of them, they weren't seeing a lot of big returns on it, which probably hurt them. And I'm just speculating that that's the change that was probably the biggest thorn in their side, like the most annoying rock in their shoe. But the entire landscape of advertising online and monetization has gone through huge...
Well, Rooster Teeth never really adapted. I feel like they were very set in their ways, and they kept their shows pretty uniform. And it's kind of like, that's okay to do that, but you kind of have to make some changes here and there.
Since they began.
To adapt to what's currently popular, what's currently changing.
But anyway, I'll stop speculating on that and instead speculate on something else.
Gus was really good about that.
A lot of people have been wondering now with this announcement, what's going to happen to all of the Rooster Teeth affiliated channels that are under their umbrellas. Things like Funhouse or Slow Mo Guys, things like that. Because Rooster Teeth had a lot of other channels outside of just their main one. How will they be affected? I have no fucking clue. It seems like a messy headache to me, since they're under the Rooster Teeth brand, which is, of course, owned by Warner Bros. Discovery, which has now pulled the plug on it, taken it off life support. It feels like the other channels are going to have to go independent if they want to keep them going, but I don't think they can just do that. They'll probably have to buy it from Warner Bros., right? Wouldn't that be how it works?
Well, that's weird. So does that mean all the channels are technically not going to be able to make any more stuff then until that happens? Oh, thank you, Uncle Ducko.
Considering they got shut down by Warner Bros. So if they want to go back up without them, they'd need to acquire the rights from them, I would think.
That would suck to have a YouTube channel you've been working on for years, and then they're like, hey, so we don't want to continue it anymore, so you can't continue it anymore.
Like the Slow-Mo guys would want to continue to operate independently. So I think that'll probably be the direction. I just don't exactly know how that's going to work. But again, I'm just a fucking idiot. Is the
Slow-Mo guys owned by
maybe
Rooster
it's
Teeth?
not as messy as I think it'll be, and this.
I'm sure they could buy it off of them though.
Pretty seamless going forward.
Gavin Free could totally buy it off of Warner
Rooster
Brothers.
Teeth shut down after
if they're
21
willing.
years online and being such a pioneer in the commercialization of gaming content online and really just internet content in general. Rooster Teeth was at the forefront of like breaking ground and commercializing this whole space. So they earn their flowers here.
Rooster Teeth pretty much made it possible to make machinima on YouTube and like be profitable and make money, you know?
Rest in peace to Rooster Teeth. That's about it.
I should play the dinosaur game? Which one? Ark? Survival Evolved or which one? I feel like Rooster Teeth hired fans and really liked the channel, but when they work there, the perspective started to change. Yeah, no, and that's kind of it, right? The don't never meet your heroes kind of standard, where it's like Rooster Teeth, they really did hire a lot of their own community, a lot of their own fans, and it was great. But there was just like, I don't know. Do you think that could have affected? Do you think that could have affected the amount of like controversies they got into, so to speak? Because I mean, even one like I doubt it, because they were getting people from all walks of life and stuff. Like there was like for example, Caleb I know was getting harassed. Like he said he was being harassed at Rooster Teeth. He didn't appreciate the jokes that were being said about him. You know, about him like playing like what do you call that sport with the disc? Sorry, I can't remember. Is it volley? No, not volleyball. Was it volleyball? Was he a volleyball player? No, he was the good people that died for the disc. He's one of those dudes. The one that pops up when you don't have internet. Oh, the freaking the Chrome one, bro. I could go. I'm a freaking champion at that. What do you mean? Fellow PokeTuber and the CoffeeZilla of Pokemon trading card scams. Rattle Pokemon is being threatened with a slap lawsuit. Really? Why? I heard as well that Nintendo was freaking taking down. In more Nintendo news, freaking Nintendo took down Yuzu, which is basically like saying that there's going to be an active war against emulators, because it's like Yuzu was basically like the emulator for Nintendo, right? After like Dolphin and stuff, people stopped using that. I got you, Uggo Duggo. Let's check out this video here that Mr. Gamer's popping up. I think I'd have to use what, Chrome? Is there a way to just like load up that dinosaur game by itself? They have a website, don't they? Let's check this out. Is this a link to the video or what? Who made this?
Hey guys.
This thing's an hour long. All right, let's just see a little bit into it and see what he said.
Welcome back. I do my best to give people a voice on this channel, to help those who can't speak out for themselves. The people that don't have an audience, that have already been or are concerned they'll be threatened, maybe worried about being removed from a platform. But this time, I can't do it alone. I need your help. We have the disclaimer. Pause it if you need to. Sean Bassick, who has been featured on my channel, has bullied many during his endeavors in sports and Pokemon cards. Even those who have spoken out typically back down because he will threaten them with frivolous lawsuits. For context on everything we're going to be looking at, this guy publicly told people he was going to bankrupt me before I ever mentioned his name. Some might argue that he probably shouldn't have done that if he was planning to actually file a slap lawsuit against me.
Wait, so what? So this guy is just like harassing the entire Pokemon gaming like TCG community or what?
But maybe this just goes to show
just search Dino Gaming Show.
how comfortable he is doing so, since he's had so much practice silencing people who criticize or show they have been wronged by him in the past.
Also covered it.
Strategic lawsuits against public participation. Essentially lawsuits intended to censor, intimidate, and silence critics by burdening them with the cost of a legal defense until they abandon their criticism or opposition. If you watch the channel, it shouldn't be any surprise that I don't like to ask people for money. I don't want rewards from the people who we help out on the channel, even if they offer, even if it's one that's advertised in advance for finding thieves that rob a store, or anything along those lines. I never want to paywall content.
Who's Sean Bassick? Is he a Pokemon seller? What is he? Is he selling badly minted cards?
Or make anyone feel like they should be donating, or they have to donate, or they're not welcome. I'd much rather run the channel on ad and affiliate type revenue, something that doesn't cost the viewer any money. Maybe people can use a discount code for the things they should be buying anyway, for supplies, for singles, stuff like that. The part I've been dreading the most is asking you, the viewers, to help out financially. This sucks, but I don't have any other choice. Not only do I need to protect myself, but more importantly, Sean is also threatening anyone who provided information, anyone who associates with the channel, basically anyone who is critical of his actions. I want to make sure that they are 100% protected as well. Regardless of whether you're in a position to help or not, please share this with as many people as you can. Link to the GoFundMe will be at the top of the description. I truly want to continue doing what I do.
Drop a like and a sub
regardless
as well.
of threats. I think it's in everyone's
best interest. Please also like and sub in the VOD.
Benefits greatly
to help out the channel
from keeping everyone honest. But unless we can get through this, that's not going to be possible. We're going to find out how much the honest enthusiasts care about each other. I've seen it behind the scenes. I truly believe in everyone that's here for the right reasons, everyone that believes that you shouldn't be wronging other people in order to advance yourself
you
financially.
You said Oopaville also, Sean Bassick is a
saved people a
notorious
ton of money
fraud
on this
and
channel,
scammer.
and we put a stop to a lot of bad actions and actors. It feels good. It feels right.
Like, is there actual evidence that that clearly
it's not
paints
always
them?
the easiest thing to do.
Because if that's the case, it's like, well, I would not be throwing lawsuits around like that.
But I think that's why we're here. I say we because I've had so much help from people who truly care. I've seen the people that truly care. And sometimes it gets exhausting covering bad actors over and over again.
Is he the same dude? He's not the same dude that worked with Logan Paul, right?
Whether they can be public about it or not, that truly cares about others and kind of puts them before themselves, that's going to take the time to assist and help somebody out that they don't even know. I've seen those who are looking out for the best interests of others, but don't have a way to safely or effectively take action. It's impossible to get an exact number.
Okay, yeah, this one seems like I need context for this video. Yeah, you said Oopaville covered the entire story? Alright, let's check it out. Let's see if we can get the full context here.
Okay, so basically
this YouTuber is being silenced. Okay, I saw this video. I didn't see the video. I saw it on his feed, or on my feed. Did not get a chance to react to watch it myself personally. So this will be something new. I do watch Oopaville on my own though. Freaking love the guy. Let me grab a beverage while it starts.
Basically, you know
this is interesting. I freaking love y'all gotta understand something. I freaking love Pokemon card games. And for the longest time I've been trying to like set up a situation where I can go to like a card shop and like play with like the boys, you know. But you know how it is, you grow up, we get all adulty and stuff. I'm grabbing a beverage, huh? And you don't got the time when you finally get a freaking car that you can drive to the mall to go to game night. Then all of a sudden you got a job, so you can't freaking go, and you freaking and you gotta spend money on the car bills and other stuff. You know, this life comes along and you can't do it.
Hey guys, welcome back.
But I've always loved the idea of romantically of like having a place that I would go to on the weekends to play like Dungeons and Dragons with people IRL or something. You know,
is investigate alleged scams.
You know, one of those. I would love to be able to do that kind of stuff.
And other cards.
In fact, Chaos has invited me to start doing something like that on Wednesdays, but I'm like, bro, I'm streaming at that time. I can't be doing that. It's like freaking any other day, bro. Saturday, come on. But no, I eventually I will get to that point.
Trading space.
We're gonna look at that sketchy origin.
I always wanted to figure out a way I could do Dungeons and Dragons
what
on stream.
To it along that journey.
So maybe I should get back into Baldur's Gate.
I don't trust the case, the contents, or the authentication.
This guy is just a watchdog, right? He's a good guy on YouTube. He's been on my channel before. He does pretty solid work. It's awesome.
They make money off fees. So the more people they can have selling on the platform,
right,
the better. Sure, they're not making money off a blank, but he's advertising. We gotta protect our boy.
And now he's in trouble. And he
Crypto King was a different person. Okay, so many individuals hiding with the Pokemon community. Yeah.
Propaganda to see where we lie.
Well, I feel like these same dudes were in the baseball card community. They were in the Magic the Gathering community. They were in the Digimon and card game community, and like the Pokemon, it was just a natural place to jump for them. Like, you don't gotta be a fan of the game or know what the frick, you don't gotta know what the flaming dragon lizard is. You just gotta know that the golden one is worth a lot. Charizard, that's the name.
On this situation,
you know?
A YouTuber
you get the golden one, and that's the one everyone wants.
Calls out an alleged scammer, and
like, look at Boogie298. He used to pay his rent
really
just on Magic the Gathering cards, just buying packs.
Do not want to end up
punishing packs live on stream and selling that.
Do it again. If you do want to go to jail. Nope. So I will remain as unbiased as possible. Before we jump in, though, just know that I am friends with Rattle. I know him. He's a good guy. Just so we're clear, from now on, I'll be unbiased. So we're talking about Rattle Pokemon. He's made about 15 videos going back a year on and around an individual named Sean Bassick. The first thing that you see now when you Google search Sean Bassick.
Sorry, I just had to point it out.
Going back a year on and around an individual named Sean Bassick.
Oh yeah, he looks trustworthy. I really feel like I can trust this guy with my wallet. Yeah, look at that. Bro's like, bro is full blown T-Rexing right now. I love it. Roar! I'm a motherfucking T-Rex.
Bassick. The first thing that you see now when you Google search Sean Bassick is Rattle's videos. And these are not good videos.
My club has a documentary that works, and it might be about EDP. Yes, please. Oh, dude, I have been so hyped to see the next Mike Club documentary.
Mean videos.
Today we will be mostly looking.
I need to go back and rewatch the Boogie298 one, bro. I couldn't even release the reaction video for it because the audio was so freaking terrible because I suck at streaming. And I never muted my audio, so I got like echo in it.
Spin stream. We've mentioned it before. This was hosted by Sean Bassick, aka SB, as he went by on Whatnot before he was banned.
This is Sean's LinkedIn. I don't know really who uses LinkedIn anymore, but he says he assists young entrepreneurs working towards an exceptional future. So that seems.
See, I gotta be honest with you. You ever put anything like that on your LinkedIn or whatever, I immediately think you're suspicious. So that's just like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, the more confusing your job title is, the more it's meant to confuse people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if someone's job title or job description is confusing, it's because it's meant to be confusing. It's meant to be so confusing that you can't tell what the frick they're supposed to be doing.
Pretty hunky-dory, right? What about the allegations against Sean?
If I was at a club, I would not trust him with a drink. Oh my goodness.
Here, the slap lawsuit. We'll get into that.
Bro said I'm gonna put a napkin on my bevy next to this dude.
Has bullied many during his endeavors in sports and Pokemon.
Bro, I want to buy some of that nail polish. The one that changes colors.
Out, typically back down because he will threaten them with
I'm gonna get it for the peace of my family.
The information we have on this is not from Rattle himself. This is just
totally not, because I want to totally paint my own nails and test it out and see if it works.
Us viewing outside in digesting.
It's like a mood. It's like a mood rock. Have you seen the video?
Massive.
That's freaking sick, ladies. Get you some of that nail polish. Apparently, it's like nail polish. Like, this is like no BS aside. I've been debating getting this for my sister and as well as just for cousins and stuff that I have. It's a nail polish that changes colors if you dip it into your alcoholic beverage, and it has a substance that is known to, like, that is used by predators. It'll actually change colors. I remember reading about this. ABC 13 Houston. Yeah, it's a I'm trying to avoid that word up there, the R word for YouTube's sake. Highly recommend it for anyone. Look into it. I don't know if it's just like widely available, but it's one of those things that very recently I've been. What is this? Is this it? Undercover Colors? Nope. Doggos, no water bottles. How did y'all get a water bottle? Where did y'all get a water bottle? They're on the fridge. They're just staring at me like, can I have it back? It's like, no, I don't even know where you got it from. I don't like have my recycling out or anything. Freaking A. Alright, out of here.
Varying in different lengths, 17
Thank
minutes
you,
and 51 seconds, all the way up to an hour and 15 minutes long. Holy. There's a lot, and we've done our absolute
It's the way,
best
it's my way of coming out of the closet. Dude, I freaking, my character, hold on, let me see if my old, I think this kind of works sometimes. Do you want to work right now? Hand thingy, no, this way? It's not gonna work. Technically, my hands on this model are painted. I didn't ask for the art to the guy that I had a guy install the tail for me. I asked him to also like make my fingertips look like as if I was like, you know, smoldered, like as if I was playing with coal or something. So all my fingertips would be dirty and like covered in dust and ash and coal. And he just gave me like fire fingernails, and I was like, you know what? That's okay, hand. All right, relax. So all late. Yeah, I need to get a new one of those. I gotta get a new hand tracker. My bad. That's how late. That's how late it takes for it to register. I don't know if I dropped it or what I did to it.
A video from 4 months ago titled "Is Sports Card Fraud Making Its Way
You gave him the nail polish
via Sean Bassick and Evan Mathis?" This video covers some of the things that have led
this is how I
him
revealed
to
it. It's
believe
my nail
that
polish.
Sean Bassick is not good.
No, what you mean? I was
Pokemon
born with
trading
nail polish.
Community. This is like the true pinnacle of the era.
I'm like
in
Ozzy
Sean's
Osbourne.
heart.
I'd like you to meet Sean. This little weasel used to stunk dog sports cards.
Just don't call me the Prince of Darkness, because there's only one Prince of Darkness. Okay, it's Oz and Ozzy. Bro, someday, right? Someday, Oz and Ozzy collab. Let's do it. Come on, Prince of Darkness, let's go!
Invest in baseball.
An example
Get the word out there. Everyone blast him on Twitter.
Is that Evan Mathis is a person who allegedly trims.
Oh, the water bottle. Oh, okay.
Yes, we're talking about Evan, the ex-NFL player who was accused of
Bro, that's creepy.
Cutting up.
That's the one thing about chat. I never know if he's right outside my door.
Relationship together.
If we take a look here at associates, of course,
what's scary is that actually I have a little monitor like right over there that shows me the cameras in my property, and it literally, at times it does feel like I'm in the purge, just like watching monitors and just being like, please don't appear, please don't. Like every time I look at my security cameras, I'm expecting that dude's face to be there, and I just know one day it's going to be like, it's gonna be an Amazon delivery driver, and I'm gonna lose my absolute shiz, my dude.
Sean Bassick, invest in baseball. No surprises there. And then we also has formerly sold cards via invest in baseball. So
yeah, for real, like gangsters
in the past. So
it's sometimes it just goes off, so I'm a little bit paranoid.
Right?
And then he scrolls down to the various instances of alleged trimming done by Evan.
That happened to be
also full blown. He made videos outing this dude. Okay.
Evan, and then
I freaking love seeing stuff like this. Cause it's like I would never I'm never gonna be in that field. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be out here trying to buy this baseball card. So something about, even though I know who Yogi is, I've heard about this card being like a really wanted card just because it's called Yogi. Like I like Yogi Bear. Hey yo boo boo. I freaking love Yogi, dude. It's freaking the best. Anyway, you freaking love Yogi. There's like things I would never think to see, and that's like so freaking sick to like, you know. Cause it's like, bro, this guy, how long has this guy been messing with Pokemon cards, or I mean with baseball cards, that he would know stuff like this? There's something really interesting about seeing somebody in their zone, so to speak.
Because they should be catching this stuff.
Trimming is when you cut a card down, you square up the edges and chop it to increase the condition beyond what it actually is. And if you don't know about
because cards, like if you have them like in a deck, they'll get like kind of like fuzzy or scuffed and like messed up. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Card grading, that's pretty
Jujutsu.
important. And
I'm gonna make my ass cheeks clap
like explain the gravity and the importance of card grading in this type of situation.
By the way, he totally made his butt cheeks clap. Is that canon? Did he make his butt cheeks clap when he was fighting Mahito and he like had both of his hands tied up? Someone's gotta explain that one to me. I don't know what he clapped.
Are the corners dinged or pristine? Is the photo centered or
looks like
off-center? Are there creases or divots or other imperfections? Based on those factors, they assign a grade between 1 and 10. With 10
if it wasn't for the hairdo, I know exactly what you're saying. I just don't think I can't see Macaulay Culkin with a hairdo that's not meth head, you know?
millions of dollars.
I know he looks nice now, but bro, anytime I think about Macaulay Culkin, I just think of meth head Macaulay Culkin when he was like in the middle of it, you know?
Invests in the businesses of scammers is also probably a scammer. That's what I'm pulling out from what Rattle is saying in this video. That seems like what he believes. Let me know what you think. Big chungus. Rattle offers another example talking about how
I love Bill's editing, dude. I need to, once I start making my own commentary videos, I gotta make sure I keep up
Sean Bassick, and now
with everyone else. I can't be making no half-assed videos out here.
Collection meet and greet thing at the 2018 National Sports
with no context. What do you mean? You don't need context. I'm just asking whether or not Toto used his butt cheeks to clap the other day.
Convention. It's supposed to be giant big news because this big
no way you can take that out of context.
Is a Super Bowl 50
simple question.
Which is
did he
awesome.
clap with his ass cheeks?
I hate the Eagles.
Did Toto's ass cheeks clap or did they not?
Cowboys rule. Just kidding, I don't mind the Eagles. I'm just around, guys. I like making people mad.
Bruh.
And if they did,
had tried to reach
then I can proudly say I have watched a man clap his ass cheeks.
His relationship with Blake Martinez.
Blake, that was recently kicked off Whatnot for a scam.
Okay, I was thinking that too, but I went with the T-Rex joke.
Customers
I love it.
with rigged gambling, as you've seen on the channel, allegedly.
With the neck, he's a Neko girl, bro. He's a Discord kitty. Let's go.
Scammer. I mean, this is pretty obvious here. He got banned from Whatnot. It's pretty much not that good. Now he's back in the NFL because he, you know, stands to make more money. So yeah, obviously Rattle would want to know about his relationship with Blake Martinez, who is not a good guy in the world. So I'm starting to see why it would make sense potentially, right? But guilty by association isn't guilty. I mean, genuinely, there's no burden of proof there. It could be seen as compelling by some, but to me specifically, I need to know more. I have to learn more. Painting someone guilty by association is a dangerous precedent to set, in all honesty.
Oh, sorry, I freaking choked on my own saliva there. No, honestly, it's never a good idea in any way. Like, as far as I go personally, it's like one of those things where it's like I kind of have to have, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a smart monkey. I need to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that something is before I go talking about it. You get me?
Maybe, I don't really.
That's one of my. It's definitely a fear I have of talking
genuinely.
out of my.
This is a comedy channel.
Talking out my butt cheeks
and why do I keep doing this to myself? The next implication is
saying
that
something
Sean
that's like not confirmed.
On top of being guilty
and
by
spreading
association.
that, you know.
So Rattle brings up on the website for Collectibles Investment Group that Sean Bassick is listed as an appraiser, and in his bio he talks about how he has achieved great success.
Alright, we're gonna do the dinosaur game, and then we're gonna get on Persona.
In Dota.
But a Google search brings up nothing.
I'm excited to play it.
It was important enough to include in your bio here, but you had such a negligible impact on the game that there's nothing about it online.
I guess there was an update, freaking 8. I'm sorry.
In his downtime, Sean enjoys hiking, scuba diving. He's a certified open water diver, traveling, meditation, and video games.
I just love that everyone uses this picture of the guy. No, everyone sees him pulling a Discord kitty freaking pose, the Neko girl pose, and it's just like, no, this is the image. Literally everyone, every webpage so far is the same exact image.
He played video games competitively, achieving great success in Dota 2. So we know that Rattle is implying that Sean is being dishonest about playing Dota 2 competitively, and that is to establish that he has poor character. So yeah, I looked it up, can't find anything aside from Sean's own website where you can see a timeline of his professional life, and there's like a little part.
How do you prove that you're a professional Dota 2 player? Like, did he ever live stream it? What the frick?
About Dota 2.
Like, did you make, like, you gotta make money to be a professional, right?
It's a nice name for a dog. In my downtime, I enjoy hawking, Scooby.
Like, I'll even take playing Dota 2 as like a live streamer. Like, that's your main game. I'll call that a professional. You making money by playing the game, that's professional.
Maybe that doesn't mean he played in a pro league or like an actual esports team or something like that. Maybe he just is really good. It's like,
that's not a pro though.
Competitive in Dota 2. He's just playing in private matches. So up until this point,
that's not a pro though. You gotta actually make money to be a pro. I'm sick and tired of all these people being like, I'm a pro. Like, no, you're not. Are you making money off of it?
Or, you know, not exactly shaky, but not necessarily 100% cut and dry to understand. Now, what I am able to understand is really black and white.
Yeah,
stuff.
we heard a little bit about that. I would like to
live
check that
stream
out.
Between Sean Bassick and Chumlee from Pawn Stars. That's right, Chumlee from Pawn Stars.
I had to match my underwear and my shoes to your
It's gonna
rosy
be
red
interesting
cheeks today.
They were spinning a
I can't
wheel
wait.
to give away a
Did he put out a trailer or
$20,000
something already?
Charizard card, which Rattle alleged was rigged.
This is coming directly from a Whatnot employee, one that was an employee at the time of this actually happening, the events happening here. Yes, I also confirmed these details with several people who were around for it.
As the story goes, they spun the wheel and the screen glitched out. When the stream came back, it was on a name. So they could, they cut it allegedly. I'm not sure. For the life of us, we tried
Nah, son, come on. Like, I don't trust nothing now, like, ever.
to find the footage of this, but we cannot. We typed in the direct link, and all it is a thumbnail for a stream. There's no VOD or anything like that. And we can see that it was an auction that never sold out. And this is on Whatnot, by the way, the classic Blake Martinez platform.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like there should be no excuse really for competitions like that to not have fully recorded the winning, the drawing, everything. Like, there has to be, there's, like, if you're doing a raffle, if you're doing a drawing, if you're doing a blind speed run, there are certain moments where it's like you can have technical difficulties at any point in time during the stream, during the situation. Why the frick do you have to do it right at the freaking moment that would be the most convenient for you to be able to freaking, like, cheat, you know? What are the odds?
Directly told Sean this was not okay. He needs to run that wheel again.
And it's a pretty reasonable request. It cut out. It's unfair, right? That just doesn't really make any
Like
sense.
that
Why
one
would you
chick who faked
have a thing that's a
her
giveaway by
blind
chance,
speed
and then
run?
it lands on a guy's name, but
On Monster Hunter World, that one's freaking
devalues
hilarious.
the whole fucking thing, and every single other person who didn't win is going to be upset. Perfectly reasonable. He refused and was banned from Whatnot. Part of Sean's refusal was to go on a bit of a rant talking about why he's never had a normal job in his life and never really worked for anyone. It's because of stuff like this. I don't really know what that means. I guess he just doesn't like to be told what to do. I don't know. He's the man. He's the Dota 2 champion of the world.
Sean
Yeah,
starts this rant about how he's
Why?
funny, and it goes to
you
that.
become the Dota 2 champion of the world. You just can't be letting people talk to you like that. You see, you gotta put some respect on my name.
That person, he starts saying things like, "I've never worked a
You
job
were right,
for anyone my
Uncle
whole
Doug. I'm
life
gonna put
because
the
of this
chat box back
stuff,"
up on me.
and he chose not to listen to Whatnot.
Let me see
Didn't
if I
run the
can-
wheel again, and we never saw him again.
So who won the card? The little wheel
Go a little
actually
bit higher
landed
up,
on a
though.
guy's name. Who won? Some random guy. But when Rattle talked to him, it apparently took several months for the guy to get the card.
You were the one that ended up winning that, right?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of issues with it.
Okay.
That was resolved.
Bro, there's like literally no way EDP could play victim. If he does, it's the content will be him trying to play victim. Bro is a clown if he really tries that, and he will. I feel like he will.
But Rattle seems to believe that this whole
So let
thing
me go back. I missed
took
this.
several months for the guy to get the card.
You were the one that ended up winning that, right?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of issues with it.
Okay.
That was resolved.
But Rattle seems to believe that this whole thing was rigged because of the screen glitch and the fact that the winner traded the card immediately and doesn't remember any details of the trade, which is, why would you trade a $20,000 card? That's insane. And here's Rattle about a week ago talking about the trade with language strongly implying that the winner was in on the alleged scam, of course.
That
Wait,
combined.
he traded the card? Like, what do you mean? Like, unless you're trading it for money.
With the story from the supposed winner, lead me to believe the same winner both claims he got the Charizard and they re-rolled for it. How does that work? If someone could please explain, that would be
They
great.
re-rolled.
Not only that, the winner also claims that he traded it right away at that same event where he received it from Sean.
Additionally, when Rattle was talking to the winner of the giveaway,
You win a freaking, how much was it? $20,000 card, and you're just like, who needs it?
asked
I'm
him
not in
about
this for the
reroll.
money.
Did they actually re-roll?
I'm in this for the Pokemon. Oh wait, but it's a Charizard, so that doesn't make sense either.
Or they just kind of shut the stream down.
I think he re-rolled. I don't remember, actually.
Okay.
Guys, I don't like this. I'm getting really uncomfortable and sweaty. Well, Rattle has multiple examples of times Invest in Baseball, the page owned by Sean Bassick, has sold trimmed cards as well. Trimmed cards.
So even if we want to totally ignore the fact that he was working with Evan Mathis, that he doesn't want to denounce the actions of Evan Mathis when he showed himself.
Oh, and that's obviously trimmed too. Yeah, that's an obvious trim.
Altering cards. All we got to do is go ahead and look at the countless examples of him.
Yeah, there's meant to be a gap. At the very top,
trimmed.
after the barcode. He trimmed the heck out of that one.
CGC changed their grading rules, and they let Sean Bassick know in advance.
It seems a lot like Sean Bassick had inside information.
But like,
CGC.
what legal protections do they have?
CGC label and grading changes. Remember the change
stuff like
where
this.
9.5s would become 10s? Turns out people knew about that in advance and exploited the information. Does it sound like insider trading to anyone else?
I hate it with the Charizard and the freaking the Squirtle.
Cards, which would then be changed to a 10 after the new rules. Like, he's accusing insider trading.
Bro, a buddy of mine still has his old golden Pikachu from Burger King or McDonald's, whatever the freak it is.
Sports cards.
That like golden slab from McDonald's.
Talking about this again, saying that he worked with insider information and he did all this stuff months in advance.
We've covered that Sean was buying a mass CGC.
Bro, look at these freaking prices! Bro, I'm in the wrong field, I swear.
9.5s more than a month in advance of the grading changes. Those grading changes made it so a 9.5s would be upgraded to 10s. Something that could be easily exploited by someone with inside information. Who would do that? What a terrible thing.
And then he scrolls through a bunch of listings that Sean had from the 9.5s being flipped to 10s because of the CGC grading rules change. And that's the alleged insider trading.
Let's first check out the abundance of 10s he sold recently. 9.5s that he turned into 10s. Weird. Almost all of the recent solds in his eBay listings here, almost as if he bought out 9.5s from all the people I talked to in order to flip the 10s immediately. Because who wouldn't want to do that? That sounds like free tendies, but it also sounds pretty fucking scummy.
In Rattle's video from 4 months ago, before he was hit with the slap lawsuit, he says that no one was coming forward to talk about the claims made against Sean, so he would. And we can tell by the slap lawsuit, after he investigated these claims, that that's probably why no one is coming forward. Because
he's anyone who dares to talk gets sued.
That the things that Rattle is saying are
not true. Are they getting actually sued, or is it just like threats upon threats? Because if this is just another Derek Savage situation, like when he used to threaten YMS and like your movie sucks, that's the same thing, right? Yeah, your movie sucks, I hate everything, and oh, I'm so sorry, my dude. There was a third person who was really getting hammered by freaking Derek Savage during that time when he was like flagging everyone. I'm blanking out of your name. Was it Ralph the Movie Maker? Who was the other guy? Someone. But yeah, no, if it's one of those situations,
this wiener baby,
he can threaten all he wants, but it won't like
threaten lawsuits to the point that almost everyone I've talked to wants absolutely nothing to do with him. No worries though.
It will just take one brave, bold person to freaking like slap him back.
Deals for him. So, if no one wants to make claims because of the hassle and how much of a dickhead he is, that's where I come in. I'm gonna do the legwork here. We're gonna look at all the evidence. Everyone's gonna form their own opinion.
Such an easy, good idea. Guys, if you ever see me trading Pokemon cards, I'm 100% scamming you. Okay, like just this is so simple. The groundwork is laid, and what's gonna happen? A little Pokemon YouTuber is gonna make a video about it, dude. Who cares, man? I wouldn't even sue him if he fucking found out I was scamming y'all. On to the lawsuit. Let's see.
Yeah, because if you threaten to sue, that means that you for sure are scamming. At least in the court, I'm not saying like that's a guarantee, right? But like in the court of public opinion, the fact that they did this, I feel like they're guilty. I feel he's guilty. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's guilty because I don't want anyone to use this in the court of law. But what I'm saying is
exactly what the lawsuit
it makes him seem guilty.
Quite honestly, guys, I'm getting curious.
To an uneducated monkey.
To learn just as much as you are. Why would someone sue someone for making videos on the internet? I don't know. Firstly, what the fuck's a slap lawsuit? Sounds cool, but according to the Cornell Law School's Legal Information Institute, a slap or strategic lawsuit against public participation, it is primarily used to dissuade critics from producing negative publicity, making negative content about someone specifically. The goal is to make the critics spend all their time fighting and use all their resources trying to defend against the slap lawsuit. Well, that's not good. How is that even allowed? What the fuck? Sean Sean is coming after Rattle, claiming
the legal system is pretty messed up. There's a lot of things to stop you from, or I guess, you know, there's a better way to say this. The legal system is really crazy, but you have to understand the wording, I feel like, behind it, to me.
Well, that's not good. How is that even
it's intended as a sort of
negative.
It's supposed to be sort of as this is supposed to be intended to be used as a way to stop somebody from spreading defamatory statements, like, before they actually spread defamatory statements. The difference here would be this prick is actually doing the crime. Like, he's actually like cutting off the edges of the cards. So it's kind of like, if he has proof, and no, absolutely not, it's not defamation, it's just a fact.
Publicity, making negative content about someone specifically. The goal is to make the
but he's absolutely using the slap lawsuit as like a threat.
Resources trying to defend against the slap lawsuit. Well, that's not good. How is that even allowed? What the fuck? Sean is coming after Rattle, claiming damages of over $2 million. Holy shit! And this is all because Rattle falsely accused
my user is 4 people using. Oh, okay. I thought you were making a joke about like labor laws or something. I'm like, poor people, you know about this? Absolutely, dude.
To be untrue, though, for this to actually win, or I don't really know how lawsuits work.
Defamation is a false statement.
Wait, we're making a joke about the whole lawsuit thing.
Party by the actor of and concerning the plaintiff, tending to cause damage to the plaintiff's reputation.
Bassick also goes on to say that his father received multiple threatening messages left by unknown persons, which I don't really know how that has anything at all to do with Rattle. He doesn't want his audience to threaten anybody, I don't think. I didn't see that in any of the videos I watched. Bassick then states in the lawsuit that he attempted to reason with Rattle, which is very good. We'll have to see, you know, what exactly the definition of that is, because I really think being reasonable generally solves most problems, especially if both.
Yeah, I would have to see if they actually like sent him an email or something, like what exactly happened.
Both parties are willing to just be reasonable together and they don't want to sue each other for damages of $2 million. That's more unreasonable.
Yeah, Kalari, relax. Come here, baby.
Generally speaking. And after Sean continued to see Rattle doubling down on his videos, he said he was harassing him. If you really want to open that can of worms, I feel like the harassment of a slap lawsuit, which is pretty much the definition of strategic harassment.
What's the matter, baby? Someone at the door? Oh, I guess someone's, I'm assuming somebody ordered some Uber Eats. Relax, baby. Chill. What you want? Alright.
Simply speaking, slap suits are a form of legal bullying. Slap suits infringe primarily on the rights of freedom of expression and the freedom of assembly and association. They shrink space for healthy discussion, dissent, and debate among civil society.
I think that's worse. I mean, it is definitely more harassing. So it's like this is his comeuppance, I believe. That's what Sean is saying. Next, the court document states that Rattle is a criminal organization, stating that he has tens of thousands of followers across multiple social media platforms.
A criminal organization?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? That's wild. Oh my god. So if we're talking about alleged criminal empires here.
While a lawsuit's intent would be to shut down defamatory and inflammatory statements, slander, 3 creatures weaponize the legal system to say, yeah, no, absolutely.
A lot more lucrative. I mean, he's suing Rattle
and like, for example, with Derek Savage,
$2.4 million
from the Cool Cat situation, like, bro was super obvious about it too. He wasn't even trying to hide it. He really thought he could just do that and it was okay. He thought it was morally okay for him to do that.
Golden nugget. Bassick taught himself.
At least the way he was
and intangible.
At least the way he was presenting himself and like doing it. He's on public like that.
Funny, honestly. I don't know why he needed to mention the Neopets. I think maybe he just wanted to flex. I'm not sure. It continues by saying Bassick from that point continued to sell tangible and intangible things on different markets on multiple platforms to just they're trying to make him seem professional. I think like he's got a lot of history in here. Little known to Sean and his legal team, apparently the activities that Sean was continuing in selling tangible and intangible markets, he used to sell World of Warcraft accounts. He created a business for purchasing and selling them, and that involved in-game currency and in-game characters, including those he created himself and those bought and sold on the secondary market. Now, this
the dude used to sell gold on
specifically
WoW?
And I know that,
or would he sell like fully boosted
crazy,
accounts?
But that it's also copyright infringement and fraud. You can't just buy stuff and sell it when it has to be sold on a specific marketplace. Like Blizzard they have a legal team, and they don't like this type of stuff. They don't like people to resell their shit and then not make money from it, quite frankly. So I think that,
yeah, if there's one thing about Blizzard is that they don't care until it gets to the point where they're not making money off of it. If suddenly they're cut out of the equation, they're mad. It's the only time I've ever seen Blizzard or WoW specifically like get involved.
And copyright infringement. And if you sell
now you want to play WoW, I've been debating getting into that, but I feel like
I mean, yeah, how are you supposed to pay taxes on I feel
like I've been hearing a lot more complaints than like good things about it lately.
I love Worm. Basic then brags again.
If there's gonna be an MMO, I'm gonna get into like a long time MMO. I'm gonna get into. I don't know what it'll be, but it's either gonna be the Dune one, or it's going to be Path of Exile 2. Just because I know just based off of Path of Exile 1, I know Path of Exile 2 is gonna be like a good one to get into and like commit. You're a druid? Nice. I always wanted to play as a druid. I heard everyone makes fun of that one, but I freaking love the idea of turning into a bear.
He specialized in the purchase of things like
right, or does the druid have the pet?
So
which one?
No surprise he moved towards Pokemon.
I think I played as a druid
in
first.
Q2 of 2020.
What I used to do was I used to go to 7-Eleven and I used to totally legally grab a bunch of demo discs, and each demo disc would last for like 1 day. So I would just take a bunch, and then I would like. One day, like they only were like it would like each disc would be like hard locked, so or like something like that. I don't know how it worked exactly, but what would have to happen is I'd have to uninstall the whole game and then reinstall it with a new disc, and then I would like get like another day of play, so I'd have like full 24 hours. So I got to play for about like a full 24 hours as each class, and then never really went any further than that.
Pokemon
but I freaking love playing as a dwarf hunter because I got a blood bus.
After Sean
and I think at some point, if I would have kept playing, I would have gotten a Wolfie boy, the doggo voice, and I think it would have been awesome.
Was not pleased. Sean talks about how he was being illegally recorded without consent, and it was not an accident; it was an intentional recording. He then calls Rattle a mentally ill individual.
Yeah, Gerard tried to do the exact same thing.
He's a guy who's investigating a possible scam. He believes he's doing the right thing, and he's helping out people who are getting taken advantage of. People get commonly taken advantage of in collectible markets, by the way. Mentally ill, I don't really know about that. He's on a vindictive rampage. I don't know what the fuck that means. These don't seem like rampage videos. They're still on the platform of YouTube. YouTube has very strict guidelines and doesn't allow people to be harassed. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's just
Sean
misrepresenting.
Has reported Rattle's videos to YouTube.
It's just misrepresenting what the videos
harassment, are. Just have your
lawyer try to get the judge or the court to look at it more seriously.
Content or behavior intended to harass, threaten, or bully others is not allowed on YouTube. Neither is maliciously recording someone without their consent or revealing someone's private personal information.
YouTube actually specializes in determining whether or not things are copyright or
well, I don't know about that last one. As long as you're Sniper Wolf, you can get away with that last one. Yeah, Sniper Wolf is allowed to dox. No one else is,
again, Rattle went after Basic in regard to the non-factory cuts, which aren't rated because they're tampered with. So he's claiming it's a fraud scheme, etc., etc. But in the documents, I don't really know if it's appropriate to defend yourself in a situation like that with that sort of writing, but instead of defending himself, he calls everything Rattle does just false and says that he recklessly ignored facts for financial gain. It all comes down to this, very quickly, briefly summarized. Rattle investigated Basic for fraudulent gradings of Pokemon cards, therefore scamming people and viewers that are buying them, allegedly. And over the process of Rattle calling him out, Basic has sought legal action using a slap lawsuit to scare him off and damper the negative attention.
But it's wildly, like almost every aspect of it is misrepresented,
pay as little as $100,000 due to the suit, which is crazy. This is absolutely insane and completely fucking wild. If you want to check out Rattle's videos, please do. He has a bunch of cool videos about Logan Paul as well.
It's almost like Schrodinger's Pokemon here, where are there actually cards in there? We don't know.
Check him out and support him if it's something you want to do. I paid him half of my fucking ad that I put in the video we did together. My name is Caleb Goodman, and I thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video. I was supposed to initially, but he refused and refused and refused, and now it's a perfect opportunity. I give him what he is owed. And yeah, that, guys, check out his GoFundMe. Of course,
hey,
if you think he's correct, if you think he's in the right, you know, we vote with money out here. So now the slap lawsuit is a couple weeks old at this point, and Rattle, by the way, is not letting the lawsuit deter him in any way or intimidate him from making more videos about Sean. He's released 2. Since then, it's in the Sean Bassick playlist. Some of these clips we did use in this video, so it's kind of like pre-post slap, just to show clear doubling down on allegations against Sean. It's important to note too that all the videos in the Sean Bassick playlist, Rattle includes a legal disclaimer in which he lets the viewer know that all of his statements are just opinions. They're not a statement of fact. Yada,
he really
yada,
does
yada.
sound
Just
like a genuinely
legal jargon,
nice dude.
basically to protect you in the event of a lawsuit, which is exactly what's happened.
Might as well get the disclaimer out of the way. This is my opinion based on everything that I've seen. As always, regardless of him filing a lawsuit against me, Sean is very welcome to explain his side of the story in this and any other video that mentions him.
Only the first 2 videos in his playlist do not include the legal disclaimer, and they are relevant to the Sean situation, even though they didn't directly name him. Those are the ones that are put in the documents, the court documents, because he was added in later. Wait, I thought that if you put a disclaimer in the beginning of videos, you were impervious to legal consequences. What? You mean I can't say whatever I want? Holy
yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
We got an argument of fact. Who do you guys think is in the right, Sean or Rattle?
It really doesn't matter what you put in your video. At the end of the day, if like these arguments get made in the courtroom, it doesn't matter. You can argue all day on YouTube. It won't matter.
Way, I'm good friends with Rattle, and it's hard to make these types of videos in a non-biased way, because anything that's going to be settled in court, it has to be approached as reasonably as possible. Rattle's not a perfect person. Sean is not a perfect person. Hopefully we can see what happens here, and you know, the actual facts of the situation, regardless of what they are, I'm interested to see. I am obviously pulling for my friend. I think he's a good man, and I think he generally does what's right. On one hand, I fully support Rattle's right to investigate this man, because this whole thing is sketchy. Not specifically this situation, but any collectible stuff, crypto stuff, it's all fucking sketchy, and it's important for people to act as watchdogs to protect people from getting scammed, if that is a thing that has to happen. Personally, I wish I could see this stream.
And honestly, isn't that just a fact though? Because it's like I feel like that's the reason why this a lot of the content lately has been like watch guarding or guard dog, whatever, watch guard. What he said. Like for example, the whole Niji Sanji situation with Selen Tatsuki. It's been a great way. My brain tickles. It's been a great way. It's been a great way to sort of like keep a lot of these bad actors in check. You know, not just with that, but as well as with the whole situation with all the the recent Riot Law. You know, Mama Max, freaking. What's this guy's face? We were just freaking watching a video on him. Bosch, you know, it's just kind of like I feel like it's a whole lot of situations of people sort of like, you know, like if you were in a village and there was a wolf in the forest, you would tell everyone in the village. You get what I'm saying? Like you would just, everyone would be like, yo, nah, son, that's dangerous out there. Like, careful for that, dude. Or, like, if you all live in the village and there was one guy who, like, murdered someone, it'd be like, you would want to tell everyone in the village. Like, I'm not saying he's gonna do it again. I'm just saying he has a specific need to murder. And we should all be aware and keep our distance, you know? Like, there's no, we don't gotta go harass him, we don't gotta bully him, but just be aware and be safe. Yeah, don't forget Gerard and the Open Hand Foundation. If Mudahar and Carl didn't make that video, people would still be donating to those foundations. And that money would probably still be in the bank.
In which Sean didn't re-roll. That whole situation, I think clarity on that would be greatly appreciated. I want to see that. That situation sounds bad. There is a ton more evidence against Blake Martinez and...
I haven't, it's a weird one, but think about, even in the old biblical punishments, they used to just, publicly shame people. There was no major like physical punishment. They used to just shame you like for adultery and stuff in front of the whole village. Like, nah, this dude bad.
Online,
bad.
A lot more than what we can see.
And you know, the same sort of would kick you out of that. You're like, you know, I'm not saying it's a perfect system or whatnot, but I'm just saying sometimes you need to be told like, hey bro, enough with the horses inside of lollies, inside of 5-year-olds. Like, you don't gotta do that every time. Like, just look up something else. You gotta relax. Suddenly, you know.
Not being dishonest in the lawsuit. I mean, in his video.
Or you know, just keep him in check. Like, look, all right, just keep it in Rule 34. Right? Don't be getting these habits. All right, I don't want no EDP situations. I don't want no.
So, if you're trying to prove that Sean is not a good guy, then that would be easier. He's yapping to people about him being responsible for the reason.
I'll tell you this much: I don't think Bosch is going to be harassing any more lolly lovers.
Slap lawsuit, which is just
like genuinely
it's
not like
it's an infamous
like genuine
tactic to
people
just
like
silence
lollies.
critics, literally, and drain their finances and ruin their lives. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I think if I'm here to offer advice, which is what I'm really good at, I would say, hey, Sean, man, I just transparency. Approach it with transparency. The internet's never going to forget stuff like this. Instead of a defamation lawsuit, just prove him wrong. Just prove him wrong. Spend 20 minutes making a video. Be active in the community. You will gain a lot of respect. A slap lawsuit will make like a lot of people just not like you at all and not care about the truth in the situation, because truth, subjective. Facts, not so much. Let's focus on facts here.
And facts don't care about your feelings.
This part, by the way, I saved for the very end of the video. It's my favorite part of the whole lawsuit. He also called Sean a snaky dakey, wiener baby, shade master, and who will slide in and absolutely fuck you, the customer. They are going to fuck your ass. They're going to take your ass, spread it open, and they're going to fuck it until all the change falls out of your pocket and your pants are around your ankles, while he calls him a pokey Jew, wiener, dickhead, idiot, and claims no one honest would ever work with Bassick. He didn't call him a pokey Jew, by the way. There is a guy named Pokey Jew, part of the liquid market.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right, it's in context, you see.
Marketplace. That's a complete that's not true in the court documents. He did not call. I saw that. He absolutely was referring to the guy Pokey Jew. Maybe he did call you a wiener, a dickhead, and an idiot, but that's kind of funny. So, anyways,
that's actually in the legal document. I love it. That's freaking great, dude. Ah, freaking A. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's real quick. We gotta get into some Persona. Let's quickly, so I can at least play like an hour of it, you know? Tomorrow we'll play more Persona. Sorry, today was just a scuffed freaking stream. Well, actually, I'm looking at the time. We got like a half an hour. Should we just keep going with reactions at this point? Just say, screw it, scuff it, just tomorrow's Persona? It seems like it's downloaded at this point. We got more time. Looks like we got some more. What is this? The Keemstar status tree? Let's do the little dino game. I should be able to do it here. Hold on. Run. Dino Run. Yeah, let's do Dino Run first, and then we'll go from there. Oh, there's the Mario version. Now let's go with the normal one. Oh, am I gonna have to freaking install Chrome? Hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. Got it. Okay. Wait, is there a way? Hold on. Uno momento. I got this. We gonna do a little bit of on-the-fly editing here. Bro, it's gonna be... Is this an option on stream? Should I put this on Twitch? Is this like an option? Is this like a category? Dino Run, freaking zoom in, why don't you? You freaking... There we go. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Alright, how... That didn't count, hold on. I'm the most amazing player. I'm like the greatest ever. You don't even know. One time I made it to like a spaceship. One time. Bro, first question I have. Why is there a T-Rex in the desert? I feel like there's not a lot of food out here, you know? Oh, freaking... I got hungry and started thinking about popcorn. I sort of visualized the popcorn, I'm not gonna lie. Freaking no! I freaking... That was a panic. I panicked there. I didn't know if I was gonna make that jump. No, I freaking tapped it! I swear I tapped it! That didn't... It's probably the stupid Nerf keyboard! Don't like freaking man! I swear I can get to the spaceship. I swear I can get to the spaceship. Okay. No, what the freaking... I got it this time. I don't freaking... I didn't count. Oh, I got distracted. I got it this time. I'll get to the spaceship. Doggos, please, no. If you're gonna bark, bark, but just... I'm kind of scared because Deku likes to tackle me. Way to get rowdy. Enough of the cactuses already! Give me the spaceship! Okay, we got pterodactyls! What the freaking pterodactyl? I didn't do this fast enough. That was on me. I'm gonna get to the freaking pterodactyls again, am I? No! Okay. Alright, hold on, one more time. I got this. Alright, let's try. Bro, I swear, you're gonna have me practicing this so I can come back next stream. I'm gonna go full silent mode, okay? I ain't gonna say a freaking word. Not a single, not nothing. Not one verb, not one noun, not a pronoun. Not even an adjective. Freaking! Let's do Naruto run. Go, Naruto, go! It's the cat! Don't step on the cat, Kashi! Is that the slug? Is that the slug? Oh, bro, I think that was Gaara. Oh, who was that? Oh, that's Gaara. I don't know who that purple thing is. Oh, who that? Who that? I don't know who this is. That's Sakura. No, Gaara, wait! Alright, last one. Oh, I meant to do Godzilla. What the frick is a Nyan Cat? Bender? Bender, just a little bit and take it easy. Alright. What's Godzilla? What's Godzilla fight? Is it buildings? Oh, I love it. You gotta jump over the buildings. Oh, okay. It's a little tough because it's like different obstacles, so the time is a little bit different. Bro, beat it. There you go. Freaking 500, whatever. That was what it was. I got you. I'm gonna practice that one a little bit more. Alright, Mr. Gamer said, Team tweeted an image. What, so did he actually have a whole freaking interview with this guy? Oh, why is he breaking bread with EDP? So is there an actual, like, full-blown, like, interview gonna be happening, or what? But, like, why? Why EDP? I guess I know, like, it'll get people's attention, right? Oh, is that the same link? Yeah, it's the same link. Okay. Under NDA, I can say this. Mike Plum has a new doc in the works. You can learn more when it comes out. I feel like if you're under NDA, is that not already saying a lot? Like, what the frick? Okay, sure. Yeah, no, okay. Now that we have a little bit of context on this whole situation, I can. It'd be interesting to see some of those videos of that the guy like clipped off the freaking edges.
Dollar value, but we've saved people from getting scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're gonna claim defamation.
So he goes through the entire legal document in this video.
Assumptions. Zero indication here that I received any letter of any kind. But they're gonna boldly make a statement like that. We almost skipped over it, but here we have, this lawsuit is filed solely to stop Barristow. That's a little bit weird when the cease and desist was more of a demand letter and included the fact that I needed to pay Sean $2.5 million. Is that part of stopping me? Here we have them, I guess, stating, upon information and belief, Rattle is a Canadian criminal organization.
I wonder if any genuine, like, legal, like, actual... Let the best man win, yo, for real. Like, I don't know if any go for it, my dude, go for it. I'll practice. I'll get on it, don't you worry. Yeah, I wonder if any court is gonna sort of look at those things and, like, just... Hopefully it's, like, easy to tell. Like, come on, dude. Alright, I'll tell you what. Since we're getting close to the end... Yeah, because it's like 9:42. We're gonna end the stream at 10. Screw it. We're gonna spend the rest of it just watching funny stuff, doing whatever. Let's just freaking keep reacting. Why not? Sweet Baby Inc. is awful. Dude, Sweet Baby Inc. is an interesting one. Here's Clownfish TV getting super hyped about really freaking Rooster Teeth's going down. They've been going at each other's throat for a minute, I feel like. Well, not even necessarily that. It's more like the community. The community's been going after Clownfish TV. It is super sad to see Rooster Teeth go, though, admittedly, all things considered. Let's see. Screw it, let's check it out. I've been waiting to see this one, and I wanted to see it, and I'm gonna see it. Let's see it.
Hello, you absolute legends. Last month...
Now, is this the first one or the second one? So there's 2 videos of these, and I feel like this is gonna be the perfect time to check it out. I freaking love watching speedruns. Not speedruns necessarily, but, like, I like just sort of watching, people fighting really, really difficult bosses, like on Elden Ring and stuff. Let me readjust this back to where it used to be. There we go. Things like on Elden Ring. I will add you on my Discord, my dude. You sent me a request. I got you. Join the Cantina as well. We have a Discord for the channel, for the community. There you are. Okay, I see you. There you go. Bam. I see your sassy peach sticker. Love it.
Month.
Alright. So yeah, for those who don't know, apparently this is a and I actually have a little bit of extra context now. This particular blindfolded speedrunner also freaking apparently has been doing quote-unquote blindfold speedruns since like 2021. People have found other videos of her speedrunning that may or may not have been legit too. Let's check it out, my dude.
Hello, you absolute legends. Last month, the streamer known as Queen Ponsalot pretended to beat the dragon Alatreon wearing a blindfold. This garnered her quite a lot of attention, but when people experienced with the game she was playing and those experienced in blindfold speedrunning saw her video, they realized immediately...
We're sort of past that. The whole world is sort of past that. Go check it out on Carl Jobs' video. He has a where it explains the first blindfolded speedrun that she did. She did a blindfolded Alatreon kill on Monster Hunter, but it was like pretty obviously faked just by the fact, like just her camera movements, everything, like it was fake. She did a secondary blind speed run to sort of prove that she did it legitimately, but now it comes out, you can pretty obviously see that there was another monitor off camera. So it's kind of like, and where potentially she had Discord on, not Discord, potentially she had OBS on, or some kind of like camera on, something that she could see the monitor. So Carl Jobs has been devoutly checking her and like debunking her speed run, pretty professionally, pretty good, like pretty well.
Was fake. Unfortunately, Queen Ponsalot's effort of faking a blindfolded run was extremely poor. Not only was she using strategies that are just flat out impossible to use while blind, but the blindfold she was using was so thin and obviously fake, even we, the viewers, could see straight through it. Soon enough, people were making videos calling out her fake run, and Queen Ponsalot was beginning to get quite a lot of negative attention. As it turns out, the public doesn't appreciate liars and people who try to fake gaming accomplishments for clout. After receiving backlash, Queen Ponsalot fought back, announcing that she was going to do another blindfolded run of the dragon Alatreon.
Now, here's a little bit of extra additional context that I know of, because I do participate a little bit in Asmongold's community and like Penguin Zero and other YouTubers and stuff. So basically, a lot of her mods actually went into Asmongold's. I don't know if it was his Discord or if it was his Reddit, but they pretty much went in there to like try to get his attention so he would react to the blind speed run.
More proof.
And like get
on
her
the
more
14th
like attention,
of February,
hype,
she went live, and she was stacked
Little
to the
did she know
gills
that,
with
of course, getting her this much
ironclad
attention would also get her criticism
this
and people
time
actually
she wore
checking
a
in on
genuine
it.
blindfold. She had a hand cam, she had input display, she had paper covering up her monitors, and she was live.
I am so jelly.
Surely
That's
there was absolutely no way she could cheat. And with all of this in place, she did it again. She beat the dragon Alatreon in front of hundreds of people. She was so convincing that it seemed like everyone now believed she was legit.
But anyway, yeah, it looks like the Alatreon blindfold kill was actually real. It did actually happen.
Maybe we got it wrong. Maybe Queen Ponsalot was just more gifted than everyone else, and she could really do things blindfolded that no one else could. Or maybe, just maybe, she just cheated again, and we don't know how. Honestly, when I first saw her new successful attempt, I didn't know how she did it. But I did know two things. One, her gameplay was impossible to do blind. And two, people always underestimate successful attempt. I didn't know how she did it, but I did know two things. One, her gameplay was impossible to do blind, and two, people always underestimate the autistic power of speedrunners. I was committed to finding out how this was done. I envisioned sophisticated cheating methods that would be impossible to detect. I figured that whatever Queen Ponsalot did must be pretty genius to fool everyone so easily. For 3 days, I meticulously studied her video. I worked with experts to clarify game mechanics. I spoke with programmers to see if we could replicate her run using advanced software.
At the end of the day, it was like super simple too.
But I was getting nowhere. And then, after 72 hours of running into dead ends, I finally saw it. I noticed that Queen Pongelot did something that gave everything away. The curtain was lifted, and the magician had exposed her secrets. I had the smoking gun, and within 20 minutes of seeing Queen Pongelot do this one thing, we knew exactly how she did it, and we had the proof. As it turns out, I was on the wrong track the entire time. I thought the method she used must have been smart because no one detected it. But in the end, it turned out to be the simplest and dumbest method I could have imagined. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how Queen Pongelot faked her most recent blindfolded takedown of the dragon Alatreon, and I guarantee that you'll be shocked at just how many things she did to try and fool you. I really hope you enjoy.
So I'm just looking at Alatreon's
Legends, let's be honest. If you're watching my channel, it's because you are a gigantic nerd. I'm a huge nerd, you're a huge nerd, that's just the way it is. And as nerds, there is nothing more important or fulfilling than having a really good gaming PC, which is why you should invest in a PC from today's sponsor, Starforge Systems. Starforge makes things super easy, especially for people like me who don't know how or just don't want to build their own PC. They offer amazing pre-built PCs at all different price points, so if you go in with a certain budget, you know you're going to get the best you can for your money.
Is it just me, or does it look like... I know it's a hammer, but... that don't look right. Like, that really don't look... I'm sorry, but that really does look like a nutsack and shaft, bro.
Starforge PCs are used by tons of your favorite creators, including myself. They are built by hand in Austin, Texas by experienced builders. They look beautiful, and they run smoothly. Plus, they are reliable, coming with a full 2-year parts and labor warranty. I rely on my PC for absolutely everything, including this YouTube channel. My standards are extremely high. I need something powerful, and I need something quiet. And the PC I got from Starforge Systems was literally everything I could have asked for. Please get yourself a PC you deserve. The link to Starforge Systems will be in the description. Go and check out their PCs today. In my previous video, we looked at Queen Pongelot's earlier blindfolded runs, where she used a really thin, transparent sheet of material to cover her eyes and pretended that she couldn't see. In this case, it was so easy to debunk because everyone can just use their own eyes and see that her blindfold was fake. As far as her gameplay was concerned, it's also really obvious that she can see as well. She claims to use the audio to know exactly where the monster is, but years of blindfolded competition tells us that this is impossible. I also highlighted that beyond knowing where the monster is, it's also impossible to detect whether you are looking up or down. So if you see a blindfolded player using their mouse to look up or down, you know they can see. In her latest attempt, we see all of those impossible gameplay mechanics in action once again, and in some cases, it's even worse. She will access the menu in order to use items and mess up the camera, and then immediately and perfectly fix it. She even does this when the dragon is not making any sounds at all, so there is quite literally no audio cue, like in this example. Beyond the impossible vertical movement, we also see crazy head tracking in real time that is just laughable. I mean, just look at this gameplay.
And that's the thing, it's like, I'm sorry, but I just don't think you could track their head like that.
In the last clip, she is rolling underneath the dragon, keeping the camera on its head perfectly as she does it. It's hilarious. And remember, looking up does nothing. It doesn't let her hit any higher, so there is literally no point in doing this.
Don't get me wrong, I am absolutely the kind of player that I've had Razors, I've had, let's see, what's the whole, I've had Razors, Corsairs, the Steel Series. I've gotten all of their cheapest, but like entry level models with 3D spatial sound, and it sounds really cool for music and other stuff and movies and stuff. But when it comes to like most games and most stuff like this. I've played. Admittedly, it was Monster Hunter World, right? Was it World or Rise? Rise. It was Rise. I think I'm lying. I think it was Rise. Was it Rise? What was the one before World? The one before this current one. I think we're currently on Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter Rise, I think, is the one I played it with. And at least for that one, I like, yeah, I think I could track the monster, like, more or less if it was to my left, my right, behind me. But not really, like, I couldn't track the head like the way that she's tracking it here. That's a little too outrageous. And I'm not a great player in Monster Hunter. I'm a very amateur player. I solo play Monster Hunter.
Other than to see the head, which makes no sense if you're blindfolded. All of this seems very confusing because she appears to be wearing a proper blindfold. And as I mentioned before, her monitors are even covered up with paper, meaning that she can't see them anyway. This led me to consider other ways she might be playing without seeing. One way would be some kind of aimbot. Aimbots are common in many games, so it's possible if she had some kind of sophisticated software, it could help her aim on the dragon. This would solve the problem of locating the dragon and also solve the vertical aiming issue. However, this wouldn't solve all of the problems, like being able to dodge attacks that don't have sound cues. In one instance, she accidentally hooks onto Alatreon's leg instead of its head, and immediately releases before targeting the head again. But there is no
yeah, see, like, there's no way you would know that you accidentally latched onto the leg.
Audible difference between hooking onto the leg or the head, so there is no way she should have known. In order to solve issues like this, I theorized that maybe someone was talking to her and giving her instructions through Discord. With someone in her ear and some aim assist software, you might be able to play like this without sight. I reached out to Monster Hunter World expert TSC, who actually developed the first known aimbot of the game. According to him, if she was using an aimbot to achieve this effect, it would require software far more...
I gotta be real, I've never really used any of the ranged weapons in Monster Hunter. In my opinion, it's still impressive that she can fight the boss blindfold or not. Yeah, no, in general, that boss is, like, supposed to be really, really tough. But it's just kind of like, why lie about it, though? Because there is an active community of players that are trying to beat the boss blindfolded. Like, so why try to, like, why the stolen valor, so to speak?
Sophisticated than anyone in the community currently possesses. It seems unlikely that this was the method. The most common theory I saw online was that she was using pre-recorded gameplay. Maybe she beat Alatreon earlier and just played that gameplay footage during her live stream. Something like this has been done before. I even made a video about a speedrunner who cheated by using a pre-recorded run during a live charity marathon. However, I didn't believe this was the case. Queen Ponzelot had 2 cameras and they were both completely in sync. I studied her mouse movements and they always seemed to match what was going on in the game. And so did her keyboard inputs. Her mouse sensitivity was very high, so a lot of movements are hard to see, but I couldn't see any discrepancies. It did appear as though she was actually playing. In my opinion, this also ruled out the idea that someone else was playing instead of her. Perhaps...
I'm not gonna lie, whenever I play Monster Hunter games, I full-blown go for the long sword, not the great big buster sword, but like the long sword, the ninja sword, idiot, the katana, the samurai sword, there we go. I believe the actual name is what, Nodaichi? The super extra long katana, you know what I mean? The Noidaichi that they call it? Nodaichi? I don't know the exact name, I'll be honest with you, I'm sort of... But, I freaking love it. I love all, like, the cool animations, the, like, slicing them up and you freaking I freaking love with the bugs, the sling bugs. Whenever you would freaking go all ham with the freaking long sword, that was sick, dude. I don't care if that's like the most like, I don't care if that's like the most freaking like a generic freaking like mainstream option. I freaking love it, dude. I feel like
by using remote assistance. This is an idea that the YouTuber Abisoft spent some time investigating to see if it could work. But aside from her mouse movements matching her gameplay, latency issues would also be a huge problem. Some people suggested that she was using a magician's blindfold and she could see through it. But this is extremely unlikely. Her blindfold doesn't look like any fake blindfold I could find, and we know what blindfold she has because it was recommended to her. Blindfolded expert Mitriz has the exact same one, and it looks exactly the same. One other thing people noticed, and we know what blindfold she has because it was recommended to her. Blindfolded expert.
Look at this dude's screen right now. Like, this is what he has to deal with on a genuine blindfolded speed run.
But Metrius has the exact same one, and it looks exactly the same. One other thing people noticed, and trust me, we noticed this immediately too, is that after Queen Ponzelot killed Alatreon and lifted the paper up, there was something on her screen. And it seemed like she noticed this and moved the paper back down to try and hide it.
I pause it.
Remember the
what
situation
is on
with
the
Magnetar?
screen?
He was raising the necessary funds to sue Mama Max for defaming him with fabricated... What? Really? Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. I remember about him suing him. I didn't know it had that much on it. Okay. Commentary creators Riveter and D-Max falsely accused him of running a scam. Going to bed. Oh, I thought you typoed got to go.
The thing.
I remember hearing about Mama Max getting some
and then watch what happens. She puts it back down.
False accusations. I can only imagine more of that's going to be happening since he freaking admitted to
trying to hide it.
So much of his content.
And then the game comes back up.
Can I just say, I freaking love her freaking...
I pause it.
Her model.
What is on the screen?
I didn't know Monster Hunter armor could look that sexy.
Is Monster Hunter
Every time I get
on
it freaking just looks like I put a piece of monster meat on my
to cover
body.
She's quickly trying to hide it.
Which armor is that?
And then the game comes back up on screen.
This is the Windows Start menu, and the reason it appeared is because she hit the Windows key. In fact, she hits the Windows key multiple times throughout her blindfolded attempts. This bugged the hell out of us, and we had no idea why she was doing it. Could this have something to do with how she was faking her gameplay? At seemingly random times, she would hit the Windows key, which would tap her out of the game. This caused her inputs to stop working. She would then need to hit the escape key to try and get back into the game. Watch this clip where she hits the Windows key and then spends 10 seconds trying to get the game to work again.
Okay, so first of all, why is she doing that? Second of all, how did she know? How did she know that she got stuck? If she can't see? Like, the attacks were still going, the fighting was still happening, the sound effects are still going. How does she know that she's stuck?
Then spends 10 seconds trying to get the game to work again.
Yeah, so she I'm assuming accidentally hits Windows. How does she know she's stuck? How does she know she's stuck? So she presses escape.
This is bizarre, and she does this multiple times without ever mentioning it. She acts as if this really weird thing that she is doing isn't happening, which is obviously really suspicious. Ultimately, it seems like this is some kind of unrelated tech issue that she was having with her eye tracker. Multiple times before she even started her blindfolded attempts, we can see her hitting the Windows key in order to fix something. She even mentioned it earlier in her stream.
We needed to fix the Toby.
She has an eye tracker? What does the eye tracker do? How does that work? What is that for? What's the point?
I think this tech issue has nothing to do with her blindfolded attempts, but an important question to ask is how did she know there was a problem? She was blindfolded and couldn't see, but knew there was some kind of technical issue and always tried to fix it. And she did all of this without looking, and without saying anything to her audience. It's all really bizarre. In the end, however, after discovering the truth, I realized this was a giant red herring. After several days of brainstorming, I was beginning to run out of ideas. But then, in the middle of the night, I revisited a question I had from day one. There was something that Queen Ponzelot did that was...
I thought you said Magnetar quit his podcast. Okay, Riveter quit his podcast. Oh wow, he just couldn't take the criticism. Okay.
was really strange, and I couldn't figure it out. Immediately after she covers her main monitor with paper, while she is attempting to distract her viewers, she holds down her left mouse button for 10 seconds. This was actually one of the very first things I noticed when investigating her run, but I never had an answer as to why she did it. Normally, when you hold a button down for a few seconds, it activates something, and this was one of the reasons I thought she was using some kind of software. But I had overlooked something that was so obvious and so simple, I can't believe I didn't see it immediately. Once I understood what she was doing, it was game over. Holding her mouse button down for 10 seconds told me everything I needed to know. It unlocked all of her secrets. It revealed to me that there was in fact a third hidden monitor.
There you go.
Queen Ponsalot wants us to believe that she only has 2 monitors. When she covers them up, she makes sure to verbally state that her monitor on the left has all of her other stuff on it.
To the main attraction as we get our duct tape for our main monitor because, yeah. There's the other one. So you guys know.
Now here's the other thing, right? Because
all my other stuff on it.
Because there was a really good point. If you guys haven't seen, one of her mods went onto Asmongold's like stream and like made the argument like about like how it was legit and what can she do, and like one of the things that was brought up is like just turn off the monitors. You didn't have to put paper over them. You could have just turned all the monitors, just have all the monitors off and have one camera behind her that has every monitor in the room in the frame. What do you mean? Like, it's not that complicated.
Lie. In truth, she has a third monitor to her right, off camera. Before she covers it with paper, we can see that her main monitor has her OBS streaming software on it. This shows her gameplay, and it also has her Twitch chat docked into it as well. One thing that struck me as odd is how she decided to wait until her monitors were covered with paper before setting everything up. This makes no logical sense, and she even tries to act like this wasn't on purpose.
Sorry, I put my hand over my thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't see Carl Jobs' video anymore. Let me pause it. Did I pause? Yeah, I did. So I can see it on my OBS because I have a two computer setup. So I can see it on my OBS. I cannot see it on my monitor. I can see my chat, which is on a secondary monitor. If I turn off that one too, you can hear y'all heard that doo-doo. What if I play? If I press play? It keeps going. Yeah. So that's not an excuse, even on my setup. And I really thought my setup is like really freaking scuffed. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. All right, there you go. No, you could totally turn your monitors off. You could totally have the monitors off and
because she had to ensure that what she did was hidden from the camera. This is where the beauty of the input display comes in, because we can still see everything she's doing, but it's obvious she is trying to hide it. What she does next is very sneaky. She lifts up the paper on her main monitor, which has her OBS on it. She clicks on her OBS window and holds down the mouse key. Then, while she is holding down the mouse button, she distracts her audience with verbal diarrhea.
That's why we go through what we go through, right? You know? And it's the way that it has to be. And,
Next is the key that I should have seen immediately. What is the most common thing you do when you hold down your mouse button? You drag windows. While talking, she drags her OBS to her hidden monitor on the right. We can confirm this with the input display. We can see her hand moving to the right, and she even looks at her hidden monitor on the right when she does this.
Stuff on Twitch and on YouTube, bro.
That's why we go through what we go through, right? You know? And it's the way that it has to be. And,
She will use her OBS on the hidden monitor to see the game. Immediately after this, she pretends to move the OBS to her left monitor.
Look at that!
Alright, move that over. Okay. Okay.
Move that over there.
She moves her mouse to the left, she looks to the left, and she even says that she's moving something. However, we can see on the input display, she doesn't even click her mouse.
Move that over. Okay.
Now, despite the fact her monitor on the right is supposed to be a secret, she cannot help but stare at it constantly. She even responds to this exact message in chat while looking at it. However, mid-sentence she realizes how stupid this is and stops talking.
Alright. Oh yeah. Everything will be unedited.
Oh, she even responds to chat on the third monitor!
After panicking and thinking for 10 seconds, she tries to fix this mistake and pretends she read the message from the monitor on the left.
Oh yeah. Everything will be unedited.
Yeah, she realized she messed up.
Last thing you said, unedited.
What was the last thing you said?
The funny thing about Queen Pongelot reading chat from her hidden monitor is that it's completely unnecessary. There is no need to have chat there in the first place, and it just causes her to constantly look at it, making it obvious it's there.
Don't look
and
at
it
chat.
also causes her to screw up by responding to it.
It's a freaking blindfolded run. You're gonna be blindfolded. What do you need chat up for? You're not gonna be able to read it.
She just couldn't help herself, and she really wanted to see all of her fans talking about her as she was playing. So we know that she has a monitor to her right, but how does she see it? Well, the secret is in how she's wearing her blindfold.
Yeah,
she's wearing it very, very loosely. It's barely able to stay on her face, and on top of that, she wears it very high. This is not how you're supposed to wear a blindfold. Anyone who owns a blindfold like this knows you don't wear them loose, you wear them tight. If you wear them loose, light gets in. By wearing her blindfold loose, she can see through a small gap between her nose and the blindfold.
And as she's putting it on, she looks at the monitor on the right. Of course he does.
Gamer Juzzy has already replicated her exact setup. In his case, he showed his two monitors which he turned off, he wore a proper blindfold, he used the exact same input display, and he had a hand cam. With all of this, he also killed Alatreon in expert fashion.
So he did it himself, basically defeated Alatreon, but didn't claim to do it blindfold. He claimed like, I'm just gonna do it to show you that it's possible. With it on.
Here, he explains how he did it.
As you can see now, my monitors are off and I'm blindfolded, but despite my short-sightedness without glasses,
I gotta get back on Apex,
I can clearly see these targets and shoot at them. And why is that? It's because there's a secret here. Right now, I'm wearing the blindfold, right? But I can see out the gaps between my nose and my blindfold, and if I wore it even looser, I'd be able to see out the sides left and right in my peripheral vision. Then the next step to the trick is the fact that another thing you guys noticed, there's two monitors here, right? But they're not the only ones. There's a third monitor on my left.
On top of wearing her blindfold very loosely, Queen Pongelot also sits back in her chair and looks up in an unnatural way. This is to get a better viewing angle. Before her attempt with the new blindfold, she had spent around 1 hour playing with her old blindfold over multiple days.
Again, none of this would matter if you just freaking turned it off.
And weeks, and for that entire time, she always sat like this. She was leaning forward and looking directly in front of her. This is because while her blindfold was partially obscuring her sight, she could see straight through it and was looking at the monitor directly in front of her. With the new blindfold, she can't see through the front of it, which is why she has now completely changed her sitting position so she can see down and to the side. This is not a normal way to sit, and world-class blindfold speedrunner Bubsia confirms that when you see someone sitting in this position, it's a giant red flag.
And if I curve up even more, but that's already looking very sus, I guess, if you sit there like your neck breaking. If I sit like this, for example, I can see half of my monitor. I can see OBS right now, literally. I can see the volume meters going up. I can see the picture. If I turn a bit, I can see the other monitor.
And it's as simple as that. There is a hidden monitor on the right, and she is playing through her OBS, which she discreetly moved to it. I can't believe I spent so much time researching aimbots when the solution was so stupidly basic. And while it's so easy just to say there was a hidden monitor, which some people did, it's an entirely different story to provide concrete evidence. The fact that we can literally see her move OBS to the hidden screen, the fact that she reads chat from it, the fact that she stares at it constantly, the fact that she wears her blindfold so loosely, and the fact that she sits in such a weird position all prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this is the way she cheated. But here is my favorite part. After she has killed Alatreon, and while paper is still covering her screen, she looks directly at the hidden monitor and moves the camera around perfectly. It's like she's not even trying to hide it. And beyond all of this, the simple fact remains, the way she played the game is impossible to do if you can't see. Now let's be real for a second. At the end of the day, this entire thing isn't a big deal. This is just silly, fun internet drama, and it's just really interesting to learn how Queen Ponsalot faked her blindfold runs. Personally, I'm not emotionally charged about this. I just love trying to expose video game fraudsters because I enjoy it. This whole back and forth is honestly really entertaining. But make no mistake, her behavior is not healthy, and it's not a good thing. There are gamers who spend thousands of hours legitimately trying to do amazing things without the ability to see. Blindfolded gaming takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of ingenuity. And Queen Ponsalot keeps taking a giant steaming dump on all of their efforts.
And that's really
because of her actions, people are going to trust the accomplishments of real gamers even less. Skepticism will disproportionately rise, and the public will become even more cynical. But on the flip side, maybe that's a good thing. The amount of people who threw common sense to the wayside and took her runs at face value is pretty shocking. Maybe people do need to be a bit more skeptical, and maybe this lesson was an important one to learn. Let me know what you think in the comments. I worked with a group of gamers who helped me do research for this video, including the YouTuber Abisoft, who is also releasing a video about this most recent run. I know for a fact he is including many details I haven't mentioned myself, so if you want to learn even more, please go and check out his video as well. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
In general, I feel like the veil of the internet is starting to fall, and people are starting to see that just how wild and crazy it is, and how scary it can be. It is interesting. What the frick is this? I should check this out later. Hold on. You said you had a link. What is this? The Riveter stat. Let's check it out. Oh, this is Riveter's Twitter. Guys, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Thank you for the support over the past couple of years. I'm still proud of the creators, and we helped, and I hope that we continue to create and entertain. Any money's left in the fund, I am going to donate to the American Cancer Society. Again, thank you all. That's it. Just say concede and say sorry, dipshit. The first freaking... I mean, yeah, bro, just freaking... You can keep going. At least apologize to Magnetar before you leave. Don't be a coward. Wow. I'll drop you guys a like. Freaking hated. Alright, get out of here. Well, what the frick? How many did I open? I probably wasn't paying enough attention. Alright, my dudes, well, it's about that time. Again, I am so sorry that freaking Persona 3 didn't freaking... It's my fault. I honestly, I should have planned a little bit, like, further ahead. Day job has been... It has been absolutely just stressful. But, some interesting news. I am actually going to be switching over day jobs. So while that transition's happening, I'm gonna be a broke boy eating ramen every day. I'm not gonna be able to afford Pokemon's cookies, but I will be able to stream a lot more. So I'll tell you what, my dudes, be prepared for that. I don't know when exactly the dates are gonna be, like, the changes are gonna happen. I'm hoping for next week, if not, the week after that. But I'm pretty much gonna be able to start streaming. My hope is to bare minimum start doing 5 to 10 or 5 to 9. Probably 5 to 10, around there, I'll be honest. Thank you. But if that turns out to not, like, if I can possibly, let's see, what's it do? You as well, my dude. You as well. Thank you. If that turns out to not be able to be the fully like the case, or not the case rather, if let me word this. My ultimate dream streaming schedule is 10 in the morning till 7 at night Pacific Standard Time. But for right now, I'm gonna do 5 to 9 or 5 to 10 as like a way for me to prepare for another part time, so to speak. And if there's any kind of way this actually goes well and I'm able to like just keep doing this, I will. Eventually, the goal will be 10 to 7. But for right now, my dudes, we'll do what we can do because I freaking enjoy doing it. It's freaking fun, and I want to keep doing it. Tomorrow, for sure, Persona 3. Join us for that. So sorry once again, but hey, I hope you enjoy the reactions. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.